My ex-husband and I became best friends after our divorce. We planned a concert trip for our son's birthday. Then his new girlfriend invited herself, and when we were texting about the details, she grabbed his phone and threw it across the room. Jay and I were married for 6 years. We had our son Micah when I was 25 and Jay was 27. The marriage didn't work, but the friendship did. We split when Micah was 4. No screaming, no lawyers tearing each other apart. We sat at the kitchen table and agreed it was over, then spent the next 2 years building something better. We did holidays together. We sat next to each other at school events. We split Micah's expenses down the middle without keeping score. When Micah had a nightmare, he could call either one of us and the other one wouldn't get jealous. It worked because we respected each other. Everyone said it was weird. My mom said it wasn't natural. Jay's friends told him he needed boundaries. We ignored all of it because Micah was happy. That was the only thing that mattered. For Micah's 9th birthday, he wanted to see his favorite band. They were playing a show 3 hours away on a Saturday night. Jay and I planned it together. We booked a hotel with 2 rooms, found a restaurant Micah liked near the venue, and bought 3 tickets in the 5th row. Micah was counting down the days. Then Jay started dating someone named Kendra. She was fine at first. Polite, asked about Micah, didn't overstep. That lasted about 6 weeks. Once she realized Jay and I talked every day, things shifted. She started showing up at pickups when it used to just be Jay. She'd stand next to him with her arm locked around his like she was staking a claim. She started answering his phone when I called about Micah's schedule. One time I called to ask about a dentist appointment and she picked up and said, "He's busy. Text me and I'll pass it along." I didn't text her. I waited and called Jay back later. Another time she rescheduled one of my pickups without telling me. I showed up at 5 and Jay said Kendra told him I wanted to come at 7 instead. I never said that. I told Jay it was uncomfortable. He said she was just adjusting. Then Kendra found out about the concert trip. Jay told her over dinner and she immediately said she was coming. Jay called me that night and said Kendra wanted to join. I asked him if he thought that was a good idea. He said he didn't, but she was upset and he didn't want to fight. I told him this was Micah's birthday trip, not a couple's weekend. He agreed, but said he'd already told her she could come. I bought a 4th ticket because I wasn't going to let this ruin Micah's day. The week before the trip, Jay and I were texting about the hotel and the schedule, what time to leave, what to pack for Micah, whether to eat before or after the show. Normal stuff. We'd done this kind of planning for 5 years. Then Jay stopped replying mid-conversation. I waited an hour and texted again. Nothing. 2 hours later, he called me from Kendra's phone. His voice was tight. "My phone's broken. I'll call you later." I asked what happened. He hesitated. Kendra saw our messages and got upset. She threw my phone at the wall. I asked if it was just the phone or if she threw other things too. He didn't answer. I asked if Micah was there. He said no. Micah was at his mom's. I went quiet. He said she felt excluded from the planning and thought we were being secretive. I asked him what was secretive about discussing a 9-year-old's hotel room. He didn't answer. The next day, Jay came to pick up Micah. He had a new phone. He looked exhausted. I pulled him aside while Micah was grabbing his backpack. I told him what happened wasn't normal. He said she apologized and that it was a one-time thing. I asked him what would happen if she threw something next time and Micah was in the room. He didn't answer that either. The concert trip happened. Kendra came. She was cold to me the entire time. She sat between Jay and Micah at the restaurant. At the show, she kept pulling Jay away to take photos of just the 2 of them, while Micah stood there waiting. During one song, Micah ran up to Jay to show him something on his glow stick, and Kendra stepped between them and said, "Hold on, sweetie, we're taking a picture." Micah looked at me with a face I'll never forget, confused, hurt, like he didn't understand why someone was standing between him and his dad on his birthday. When Micah grabbed Jay's hand during his favorite song, Kendra looked at me and rolled her eyes. I didn't say a word. I just watched. At the hotel that night, Micah wanted to sleep in Jay's room like we always did on trips. Kendra said there wasn't space. Jay looked at me and I could see the guilt on his face. Micah slept in my room. He didn't complain, but he was quiet. On the drive home, Micah rode with me. He was quiet for a while, then said, "Why does Kendra always look mad when Dad talks to you?" I told him sometimes people need time to get comfortable. He said, "I liked it better when it was just us 3. He and Kendra broke up 3 weeks later. I didn't ask why.